Hey, Mama. So there has been a lot happening behind the scenes in my business. And this has honestly been a season of really learning to fully surrender to God and trusting Him, even when the math ain't mathin' in my mind and when things in the natural don't make sense to me. So I'm taking you behind the scenes of what the Lord has led me to do with simplifying my offer suite to one signature offer. Whether or not you're a believer, it's my hope that my transparency and the lessons that I've learned will be an encouragement to you and just give you some things to think about when it comes to your own offer suite and your own signature offer and everything. But all right, let's jump into today's episode. Hey, Mama. Welcome to Marketing Without Socials for Moms, the go-to podcast for moms in business who want to stop relying on social media to build their business and build it in a way that fits their current season of life. I'm your host, Andria Singletary, a wife, mama of two, and visibility strategist for moms. Each week, I'm giving you the inside scoop on how to increase your visibility, leads, and sales through podcasting, email marketing, and collaborations. Ready to truly make social media optional in your business? Grab your chai tea latte and let's dive into today's episode. All right, so I'm going to share a little bit about what the Lord ministered to me last year, like regarding my offer suite and all of that. So towards the end of 2024, the Lord told me to focus on only selling the social media detox club. Like He told me that was to be my only offer and not to sell anything else. And when He ministered that to me, literally probably not even days later, a client ghosted me. And this was like one of my highest clients. Like this was more than half of my income. And to say that I was stressed was an understatement. And although God told me not to sell or launch anything else, in my mind, that didn't make sense because I needed to quickly replace my income. And so instead of walking in obedience, I launched my accelerator group program. So if you've been listening to the podcast for a while, you may have remembered like towards, I think it was like October last year, I was promoting my social detox accelerator, which is a group program focusing on podcast strategy and email marketing strategy. So I ended up selling out that program and was able to get my income up fairly quickly. And I went ahead with the program because I had actually found childcare for my daughter, my 2-year-old. She's home with me full time. And I knew like with this group program, I was not going to be able to really run it the way I wanted it to, having her home with me. And so I ended up finding a co-working space that offers childcare, which meant that I would be able to, run my weekly group calls while my daughter was in childcare. And I, wouldn't have to worry about entertaining her or anything like that or having her destroy the house. So that ended up not working out. And the reason why is that this co-working space requires you to sign an agreement stating that they are not responsible for death, dismemberment, or any type of injury to your child while your child is in their care. Wild. Like, I couldn't believe that there were actually parents signing that. And so I was not comfortable taking that risk. Like, no, I don't even know, like, again, how anyone was comfortable signing that. And so I found myself stressed out because I was going to have my 2-year-old with me. And I love my daughter. She's the sweetest thing ever. She's very, very active. Anytime she hears me talking to somebody on Zoom, she wants to pop on and start, running the conversation. She wants to run her own meeting pretty much. And so I was just like, I don't know how I'm going to make this work, like have my daughter like not really interrupt for an hour. Because again, it was like weekly calls. Like we had 3 calls per month and everything. But I ended up making it work. Like I would let her just pretty much destroy the house. I would put out like some new activities for her to try to like hold her attention. And for the first like month or and a half or so, that worked, like where it would hold her attention for most of the call. And she did pretty well. Like, even when she would come and talk to me, like, I would respond to her. Like, I would stop, like, if I was mid sentence, I would stop, respond to her, and everything like that. But it was a lot. Like, it wasn't how I wanted to run that program. Like, I wanted to be able to just focus solely on the women in the program. And not to say they didn't get my full attention. It just wasn't how I envisioned it. But we're actually wrapping up the accelerator this month. And again, while it has been challenging running the weekly calls with my daughter, destroying the house in the background, it has been an incredible experience. So, like I said, launching this program, it did give me a cash injection, but I still didn't quite get my income up to where it once was. And so going into 2025, I found myself again creating and launching new offers. And so I launched 2 new offers. And while I got inquiries from people interested, the offers did not sell. And I could literally feel like there was a block there. Like something was literally blocking me from successfully selling these offers. And I know it was a spiritual block, but I was clueless as to what was causing it because I wasn't connecting the dots that the Lord told me only to sell the social media detox club. And so by the end of February, I had reached my breaking point. I actually had told my husband that I was going to give this business until May. And if nothing changed, I was closing my business. Like, I can be super dramatic at times. And yes, this was right around that time of the month. But I was serious about it. Like, that's what I had purpose in my heart. Like, I'm giving it till May. If things don't change, I'm shutting it down. And I knew that me trying to figure it out on my own, me trying to problem solve it, like I've been trying to problem solve everything, was not going to work. I knew that for me, I needed to get before God and seek Him about this business. And so I knew in my heart that He did not bring me this far in my business for me to fail. So the last week of February, I ended up fasting for 5 days. And this was probably like the most challenging fast I've ever done. I did 1 meal a day after 6 p.m. And then I would juice like once in the morning. And then if like I got a really bad headache, I would like have like a handful of cashews, and then it was just mostly drinking water. And I also fasted from socials from 8 p.m. to 6 p.m. the next day. And I did all of these things because I really needed to hear God's voice. I needed to silence all of the distractions. I needed Him to tell me what He wanted me to do with this business because I could not keep putting my energy and my time and my effort into it if I wasn't going to get the results I needed to get, if I wasn't going to be able to bring in the income I needed to bring in to support my family and everything. And so it was like that week was the most transformational week for me. Like, I hadn't realized it that my faith had been in a bad place. Like, not that I stopped believing in God, like I was still praying, reading my Bible, but I didn't feel that closeness I used to feel. It wasn't the same. And so I realized that I had been, in a sense, kind of harboring a lot of frustration and anger in my heart, and not necessarily towards God, but towards just my situation. And it was causing me to not fully surrender to Him. It was causing me to not fully open to Him, not fully be in relationship with Him as I should be, if that makes sense. And so because I took this time to really seek Him through fasting and praying and silencing the distractions, I was able to hear from Him. And He reminded me of what He told me to do last year, which was to only sell the social media detox club, like make that my one offer. And the funny thing, like God really has a legit sense of humor. The funny thing is that while I was selling those other offers, no one was buying those offers. I had people join a social media detox club, and I wasn't actively selling the social media detox club. I wasn't really promoting it. I was selling those other offers. And it was just like God showing me, like, girl, if you just do what I tell you to do, like, and it was just so eye-opening to me. And I realized like some things too. Like he just ministered a lot to me that week. But one of the things he really ministered to me was that I was so opposed to only like selling the social media detox club, making that my only offer, and making it my signature offer because it didn't allow me to incorporate my love for podcast strategy. Like I love talking podcast strategy. I love supporting people with really leveraging their podcast as part of their marketing and sales strategy. But the thing was that I put that restriction on the membership myself. Like he never told me to do that. He never told me to only make the social media detox club about getting visible outside of social media. And so as I like spent more time with him in prayer, and even I got back to journaling too, because I had not been doing that. He gave me a clear vision for this membership. He showed me that the Social Media Detox Club will be the hub for moms in business who want to build a business that's social media optional. And I'm just like so in awe of like just the clarity he's given me around this membership and the direction to take it and everything. And I shared about it with the current members, and they're also excited about it because literally, like, this is the place to be if you truly want to build a business that isn't reliant on social media. If you truly want to build a business where social media truly is optional, you don't have to show up 24/7 on socials. And so after, spending that time fasting and praying and really seeking God and just gaining so much clarity on my business and the vision God has given me for this business, I've made the decision to fully cut all of my other offers and focus solely on the Social Media Detox Club. So the membership is getting a glow up, and the primary focus will be on supporting moms in business in building a visibility and marketing strategy off socials. So let's talk about what does that mean. So there will still be curriculum and resources for leveraging collaborations for visibility and lead generation. I will still be, finding the collaboration opportunities, but now there will also be curriculum, resources, and guest trainings for creating a non-social media marketing strategy, launching a podcast, growing your podcast audience, selling your offers on your podcast, getting started with blogging, resources for email marketing, hosting your own events, like hosting your own bundles and summits, and so much more. Now, I'm so excited about this because these are the things that I absolutely love. Like, I'm doing them in my own business. And when questions come up in the community now around these things, I answer them because I'm like, I love this stuff. And so I'm making this a core part of the membership. And the other thing is too, is that members are going to be able to get feedback on everything. Like you'll be able to submit like your podcast topic ideas and get feedback on that, even with your emails, if you just want another set of eyes on your emails and really making sure that, you are clearly communicating what needs to be communicated. You're making it clear, like, okay, if you're selling a certain offer, it's clear, like, this is the offer, like all of that, like really getting that support with that email marketing strategy. Cause I know this gets a lot of people, like they get caught up in like, oh, does my email sound professional enough? Is my email doing what it's supposed to do? Really just getting that support in those different areas. Yeah, you'll be able to get that feedback on those things. The other change that's coming is that we're going to be moving the membership from Podia and Slack and moving everything over to Circle. And the reason why I decided to do this was because it can get really clunky going between Podia and Slack. So the curriculum is on Podia, and then Slack is where the community is. And so I love that with Circle, everything is on one platform. And it kind of gives like Facebook vibes, but it's more exclusive because like you could have the app on your phone or you want to get on your computer and stuff. So I'm really, really excited about that. And so, with all of that said, if you have been thinking about joining the Social Media Detox Club, now is the time to do it. Like I said, my members are so excited about these changes, and they've even been telling their business besties about it, like telling them, y'all need to get in right now. Big changes are coming and all of that. And so, again, like, because I know I've gotten questions from many of you, like about podcast, like launching a podcast strategy, different things like that. Like, you will get all of that inside of the membership. Like, if you want to launch a podcast, I'm literally going to be putting in all of the resources that I've used with my podcast launch clients. You're going to get all of that. Everything from how to script your intro and outro, writing your podcast description, tutorials on editing, best practices for recording, like literally everything you need to be able to successfully launch your podcast. And if you already have a podcast, you will get support with the strategy side of things. So knowing what type of content to create, what type of call to actions to create, to get your listeners from just listening to your content to actually converting into your offers. Like it's going to be so good. Like I'm so excited about this. So this is going to be a little bit of a longer episode, so bear with me, but I wanted to share more about like things I'm doing for this expansion. Like I told you, this is a behind the scenes episode. Y'all are getting all the juicy details. So right now I'm mapping out and updating the curriculum. Thankfully, I have a lot of resources already created that I've used with clients and they've gotten results with, and I've been able to like refine over the years. So it's not a whole lot of creating everything from scratch. But it is going to involve, lots of recording, which I'm working on now. And then again, getting all of this up on Circle. I currently have someone updating the sales page copy, but I'm not updating it on the sales page, like on my website just yet. I want to wait till everything is done and live on Circle. And then my web designer, she's going to be making all the updates to the sales page, as well as revamping my website since I'm removing like the other offers I currently have listed. I'm also removing my DIY page. Like essentially, if you want to work with me, if you want to access any of my resources, you're going to have to join the Social Media Detox Club. I also have to update like my funnels and welcome sequences. And then I'm also making some changes to the Make Social Media Optional Private podcast, which I'm super excited about that. So gonna have to do some outlining and re-recording there. But again, it's all gonna get done. And then to officially announce the Social Media Detox Glow Up, I'm hosting a audio summit in May called Make Your Business Social Media Optional. I will be launching the membership expansion off of the audio summit. And so I've been in planning mode for this audio summit and it has been so much fun. The speaker lineup is incredible and I'm so, so, so excited about it. Like to be able to collaborate with these women and have them share their expertise and whatnot. I'll be sharing more about the audio summit in the coming weeks. So yeah, I'm really, really excited about it. Like this is going to be so, so, so good. Now, I'm going to be real. This is a lot, but I'm going to get it done. I'm excited about this shift and I have so much peace about it. Like my mission and purpose for the Social Media Detox Club is that when life is lifing, I want moms in business to know that their business doesn't have to fall apart. I want every mom in business to have the resources, tools, and strategies in place for their business to continue to thrive even when they can't show up online because life is chaotic. I see it all the time, even just when, the women who've joined the membership and just other clients I've worked with, like, life is going to happen to all of us, right? But if you're relying solely on social media to market your business, connect with your community, sell your offers, when life is lifing and you're not able to show up, that impacts your bottom line, right? That impacts your income. That impacts different things. And so you have to have other things in place. Now, am I saying that you need to be everywhere, do everything? No, that is not what I'm saying. And that's actually something that I'll be supporting with inside of the membership is helping you develop your own non-social media marketing plan. You don't have to do all of the things, but you need to have some other things in place to ensure that when you can't show up live, it's still working for you. It's still bringing in new leads. It's still, nurturing your current audience. It's still signing people, like converting people into your offers and everything. Like you want to have these things in place. Like I said, I know this was a much longer episode. I've been trying to keep my episodes like 10 to 15 minutes, but I really wanted to share this with you, like be fully transparent, sharing the behind the scenes of what's coming. I just wanted, to share like even just the challenges I've been facing in dealing with in my business and whatnot. And yes, a big part of it was stuff that I did or caused through my own disobedience. But I just wanted to share this with you. And I wanted to share it because, like, maybe you've been experienced something similar as me. If you're a believer, get before God, fast and pray, silence the distractions, and hear directly from Him. He already has a plan for you. You just have to be open to it and walk in obedience. I truly believe that, like, God is calling believers to fully surrender to Him in this season. That means walking in obedience even when it's uncomfortable or it doesn't make sense. Also, don't be afraid to do less. This world tells us we have to do all of the things, but that just leads to burnout. Less is actually more, and doing less really well will lead to greater results. Like, look at, like, if you need to simplify, simplify. If it's a lot to be, selling multiple offers, take a step back, reflect, look at maybe you need to simplify your offer suite. And I know like you'll have coaches out there telling you need to have a low ticket, mid ticket, high ticket offer. The thing is that you have to do what is best for you. You have to do what makes sense for you. Like I say this all the time. Every strategy works. It even comes to like your offer suite. Every strategy works. You have to find what works for you, what makes sense for your current season of life, what you can realistically commit to. But all right, I'm going to wrap this up because I do not want it to go to 30 minutes. But yeah, thank you for tuning in to this and letting me share, the real and raw behind the scenes of how I'm simplifying my offer suite and bringing it down to one signature offer. All right, Mama, I'll catch you in the next episode. Hey, Mama. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to hang with me. I would love to keep the conversation going. So head to mamaturnedmompreneur.com/marketing without socials to join my email community. I share even more tips and strategies for building a business that doesn't rely on social media and one that fits your current season of life, as well as more behind the scenes of mom and business life. All right, Mama, that's it for today, but I'll catch up with you again next week.